Hey guys, so it's Steve at the Practical Suburban Farmer. It's December 5th, 2016, and we got our first snow today in Rhode Island. Nothing crazy, just a little dusting of what's to come. But unlike with me, I don't really worry so much about the snow. I start thinking about being December. I start thinking about plants and what I'm going to do soon with some of the plants. So I have some basil that I started at the end of September that needs to go into bigger pots. So I figured I'd put together a little video showing you guys exactly what I do to fabricate my own potting soil. And it's very simple. I use my worm casting, so it's 1 pot worm castings, 1 pot the ground up acorns. If you saw some of my old videos, you saw how I recycle my acorns. And then I use something called perlite. Perlite is just volcanic glass that's heated in a high oven until it pops. And it's very similar to vermiculite, and it keeps the soil loose, and it's great for seed starting, but it's also really good for making your own potting soil. So follow along. It's a quick video, very informative, and this is what I do. Some people might say, oh, you shouldn't really use acorns. It's got tannic acid in it and stuff like that. But, I get as much of a charge out of reusing things as I do buying stuff. It's basically taking the place of peat moss. And you'll see the consistency is exactly the same. And it's a great way of recycling. And I'm all about that. And I got it in my yard and I didn't have to pay for it. So the only thing I'm paying for in this is the perlite. And it's pretty cheap stuff. So I'm using an organic one. I don't know exactly how organic volcanic glass is, but it's not fake organic glass. I don't know. But anyways, follow along. It makes a good amount of the potting soil, and then you'll see what I do. Okay, so follow me. So here you see I've got the worm castings right here. The ground up acorns. You can see there's little bits and pieces of grass in there from my lawn and whatnot. It's all good stuff. And then we've got the perlite. So these are, I don't know, I think they're they're a little over a gallon containers. So what I'll do is equal 1 part of the worm castings. Yeah, actually, there's probably some worms in there. You see the broken up eggshells and whatnot. So 1 pot of the worm castings, 1 pot of the ground up acorns, and a half portion of the perlite. I think a full portion just gets to be too much. And I just got a big plastic container, and I'll just dump everything in there. Okay, so let's get this done. So the worm castings go in first. And we'll add the perlite. And once the dust clears, we'll mix that all up really nice, and we'll have a finished product. So there it is. There's the finished product. Stuff is fantastic. It's nice and loose. It's got a great consistency to it. It already has built-in nutrients from the worm castings, and the acorns basically are a filler. And there's some sticks and whatnot, but that's all good. And then the perlite mixed in. And I'll use that right off the bat. Actually, I'll film it, and it'll be in a different film for some of my basil that I got started. I'm going to do some of it in pots, and I'm going to do some of it hydroponically. So there you have it. That's how you make your own potting soil.